Time. So I got a student coming in shortly after the stream to learn a little bit of horizontal support and resistance tonight. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right to it. We're going to start with NASDAQ, as per the norm. And let's see what we got. Price action still above the support. Definitely had an opportunity to see a breach of that support on yesterday's candlestick here, but we did not see that. We actually saw this region continue to hold as support. I will say, honestly, per classical technical analysis, the more times a support and or a resistance is tested, the weaker it inherently becomes. But we're going to look at the bullish perspective of this right now. As long as we remain above the $12,900 support level, I'm going to continue to be looking for price action to take a stab towards the next critical resistance, right around 13,500, give or take 10 or 15 bucks here. And guess what? That's perfectly aligned with, you know it, that dreadful horizontal diagonal trend line of death and destruction that has been dictating this entire ebb and flow of the market since it began to collapse here. Obviously, we are still in a bear market. There is nothing shying us away from that fact at the current moment in time, except for the possibility of seeing that death and destruction diagonal trend line get tested and defeated. For now, I still remain on the bias that we see rejections and reversals at the $13,500 region, only because, again, you know, we've seen it before. We've seen that reversal style formation go up, only to get rejected at this level here. Boom, bear market continuation, and we only have our first confirmed drive at this diagonal trend line of death and destruction currently. So I am going to be keeping my eyes open for a second path, a second attempt at that resistance level, again, to be potentially rejected and potentially confirm bear market continuation for the time being. But that is a little bit further away into the future for now. The way I'm looking at current price action is, yes, we are still holding that support level, so a push towards the next resistance line, again, at 13,500 bucks is definitely within the realm of possibilities here. I wonder what momentum oscillators look like. Stochastics diving deeper into the bullish critical territory after confirming another candle closure above that support level. We see stochastics diving deeper into that bullish critical territory. So if the bulls are going to make a move, it likely happens sooner rather than later. RSI here still actually curling up just a bit here. Yeah, just a bit curling up. I would suggest a possible higher low within this region if we do see closures above yesterday's wick high at 13,120, give or take a couple bucks there. But if we do see price action close above that region, I would be looking for a low call to be printed on the RSI, which would be confirmation for continuation to the upside as well. Looking at price action, I'm also going to suggest the possibility of further pullbacks here. We will compare this price action chart and SPY futures to the US dollar index momentarily, but the possibilities of this one pulling back are definitely present. Any breach below the current support, I'm going to be looking for a tentative test of the next support to the downside at 12,540 here. Maybe even take another stab at that 21 exponential, and then we'll see what happens from there. I would be looking for a bounce at that region. Again, the trend is your friend until the end of the trend, and until we set a higher low, the current change of behavior point for this price action is at 12,200 bucks. So until I see an open and closure below 12,200 bucks, I'm going to be looking for higher lows, even if this thing pulls back. Again, we are in an uptrend. It doesn't defeat the bear market downtrend, obviously, but you have to look for the little things within the bigger things, right? And we have we have ourselves a little bit of an uptrend here, and that trend is going to be my friend until confirmation of the end of that trend. So I do have to suggest bounces at this support level or even the 21 exponential to confirm higher lows if we do see pullbacks before reaching that $13,500 target. The only thing, again, that convinces me otherwise would be a breach of that higher low formation at 12,200, give or take a couple bucks, at which point I would be looking for this formation to collapse and my original thesis to carry out without ever even reaching that horizontal resistance level where the diagonal trend line is. We definitely could still see this turn around and continue in a bearish fashion, but until then, I'm riding a couple of longs with this position, so let's see some more upside, right? SPY futures, same thing. Came down, saw a test of that support, did not breach that support, and now, boom, we're starting to see a little bit of buy pressure on that support as well. RSI looking very similar, starting to curl up. I would also suggest the same thing. If we do see closures above the current high at 41.40, I would be looking for a higher low confirmation signal from the RSI, and I would be looking for a breach of the next resistance above 41.80, possibly even all the way up to like 42.95, 4,300 bucks. Definitely within the realms of possibilities here. And again, this thing is in a very nice uptrend as well. Higher highs and higher lows in succession, confirming that uptrend. Did I forget to mention the fact that both formations still remain above the 21 exponential? As long as price action remains above that 21 exponential, I remain biased to the upside until proven otherwise. Excuse me while I chug my water. And the same thing goes here for the stochastics. Boom, look at that. Stochastics diving deeper into the bullish critical territory. No possibilities, in my opinion, for any bearish divergence or hidden bearish divergence as of yet. So that definitely looks good. RSI in an uptrending formation, looking like it wants to curl up. Stochastics diving deeper into the bullish critical territory and holding support above the $4,090 level. Again, all definitely pointing towards continuation to the upside. I would look for a tentative test of 41.75 with a possible breach of that region first. The only thing that convinces me otherwise would be a breach of the current support at the current moment in time at 4,100 bucks, at which point I would look for a stab towards that 21 exponential with the current change of behavior point being, boom, right here at 39.35. Until we see breaches of the last higher low, I'm going to be looking for the next level up. If that condition is met, same thing as NASDAQ, I'm going to be looking for this to act as another structural lower high within a very, 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 very bearish formation, as we have been in quite some time. I think over a year now we've been in this bearish formation, and I would look for continuation to the next level down at 37.77, lots of sevens, and ultimately, yes, I would be looking for, bearish confirmation with lower lows as well. So until then, again, bias is to the upside. We do have a nice positive slope on that 21 exponential. Price action remains above that region, and we are holding support. So as long as those conditions remain, I am going to be looking for continuation. Now here's where I get a little skeptical. We're going to pull up the US dollar index. Boom, nice little reversal style candlestick closure on the 21 exponential just yesterday here. We have 18 hours 40 minutes before this candlestick closes today. The only thing that convinces me that this doesn't have another try to the upside, at least towards 106.85, would be, rejection with a lower high call here, and it definitely looks like it wants to line up that way. We do see that bullish divergence play. I did miss that in yesterday's stream. I did not notice it, but we do have a bullish divergence play that has played out currently, and we do see the RSI currently rejecting the exponential, which is not a good signal, in my opinion, if we're looking for the bullish bias perspective here. With any closure below the 21 exponential, and more importantly, below the current support at 105.68, I would be looking for that lower high call, and I'd be looking for this formation to continue on down to confirm lower lows right around 104.75. But we have conflicting indicators here. We do see stochastics curling about straight to the upside. Nice strengthy momentous cross above the exponential in the bearish critical territory. Not considering that a signal just yet, and not only that, but it is a higher low in succession to the previous low as well. Not that it matters much. It could, right? It definitely could. It would matter, in my opinion, if we see a breach of the 21 exponential today. If we do see a breach of the 21 exponential and continuation, I would classify this as the lows. I would say that the lows are set, and then I'm going to go back to continuing on to look for higher highs, which would, again, which would confirm my feeling for the rest of the market, right? If the US dollar index puts the lows in right here, right now, and starts to skyrocket towards, higher highs yet again, I'm going to be looking for detrimental effects on the rest of the cryptocurrency and stock markets, right? I'm going to be looking for the rest of the markets to go down while the US dollar index goes up. But if we get rejected at 21 and confirm a lower high and we see lower lows, I'm going to be looking for the rest of the market to go up instead. Again, what I see on the US dollar index, I'm going to be looking for the opposite on the other charts, right? We have on the US dollar index, guess what? A vastly bullish market, an insanely bullish market. It doesn't get any more bullish than that shit right there. So as this market's been bullish for well over a year, what has the rest of the market been for well over a year? Very bearish, right? So as price action makes its moves, if it continues to the downside, I'm going to be looking for more pressure to the upside on the rest of the markets and vice versa. If I see this one come up and confirm the lows, I'm going to be looking for, the macro lower highs to possibly be set in on the rest of the markets. For now, I'm going to be paying very, very, very close attention to, you guessed it, that 21 exponential for right now, until I see what's to come. Again, we have plenty of time in today's candle. I can only make inferences on the current price action. I'm more comfortable with making inferences on the closures, but we will see what happens with this one as time unfolds here. So we're going to go ahead and leave that one. I'm going to go ahead and check out the Hall of Fame Village. I know people are excited about that one, continuing further up yet again. Man, there was a fucking resistance right there that I forgot about. Boom, target has been met. The 95.5-cent target has been met. I'm going to be looking for continuation. Would not be out of the question to see a pullback right now. Again, this is a very extended move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive days of green price action to the upside. Would not be out of the question to see a short-term time frame pullback. Yeah, would not be out of the question to see a short-term time frame pullback to the 87-cent region, maybe even come all the way down to 78 cents, worst case scenario, in my opinion, to kind of formulate some kind of higher low. Or if we breach the current resistance at 95.5 cents, I'm going to be looking for the next target to the upside. This one is looking really juicy, really profitable, and it has been $1.07 being the next valid target to the upside. Again, if we do confirm breaches above at 95.5 cents, that's what I'm going to be looking for. At this current moment in time, the only thing that convinces me of reversal would be a sheer complete destruction of the 21 exponential, followed by a secondary candle closure to confirm, at which point I'd be looking for this one to start heading down much more violently. But nice, beautiful uptrend. Nice, beautiful uptrend, right? Got our lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher high. I mean, the trend is your friend until the end of the trend. Until this end trends, man, I'm looking for the moon. RSI deeper into the bullish control zone. I do like that, but I don't like the short amount of history this asset has in the bullish control zone. So that is something to be very aware of. Stochastics looking like, yep, confirmed. It has supported the bottom side of the bullish control zone. I do like that very much for the bullish perspective on this one. Pointed up aggressively as well. So things are lined up, ladies and gentlemen. Again, barring short-term time frame pullbacks, I am looking for the $1.07 target here as the next target to be met until proven otherwise. Moving on, let's check out Apple. Apple pulling back just a little bit. Look at this control. I want to look at the stochastics first. Look at this control, this coiling formation here. This is the type of shit we want to see with a nice uptrending run in any trade, right? Absolute control in the bullish perspective. Nice fresh cross above the exponential once again. Couple of reversal style indications, not really a big concern. Top call could be concerning on the RSI, but again, we could see price action for this one fall to the support at 155.80. Boom, confirm a higher low here, and then continue onwards and upwards. The only thing that convinces me that this trend is over again would be a change of behavior below the last higher low support at 150.50. Until I see opening closures below that level here, I'm going to be looking for the next target to the upside, which is right around this level here at 170.85, which is actually my next take profit zone. Again, if you guys have been watching the streams, you know I got in right here, took profits right here, took more profits right here, and took more profits right here. So I've taken three different profit zones. I've secured profit at 3 different levels, and I will continue to hunt for those next levels as long as price action for this remains above that 21 exponential. Yeah, again, barring, short-term time frame pullbacks, I'm going to be looking for continuation to the next level here. Again, RSI looking good, uptrending very nicely. I'm going to be looking for support at the exponential. Again, this is kind of how I see it, right? I see a nice aggressive slope to the downside on the RSI, but it's really not affecting the positive slope here on the exponential, right? So if it was affecting it and pointing it to the downside, I could suggest a higher probability of seeing further continuation and possibly even a change of behavior, but I'm going to be looking for a pullback to confirm as a higher low before seeing continuations towards that 170 spot 42 target. Apple looking real good. AMD, boom. Confirmation above that diagonal trend line of resistance here. This one, in my opinion, has confirmed a legitimate change of behavior. Nice little uptrending formation here. This one kind of an outlier compared to the rest of the market. We had a well-defined diagonal trend line of resistance with plenty of touch points to confirm that, right? Boom, touch point, boom, touch point, boom, touch point, boom, touch point, and now breach and support. So this one's different. AMD's a little different. I'm going to be looking for this one to confirm support above 98 spot 80, at which point, yep, I'm going to be looking for 109 spot 10 here to the upside. Nice little continuation drive with the RSI here, confirming even higher highs. Very, very, very potent and powerful. I do like that. And yep, another fresh cross. Boom, with higher highs on the stochastics. No possibilities, in my opinion, for bullish divergence or hidden bullish divergence just yet. This one all points to the upside. Again, the only thing that convinces me otherwise would be sheer capitulation from right here with a breach below the 21 exponential and a secondary confirmation closure to confirm, at which point, yes, I would still classify this as a structural lower high in comparison to this lower high right here, as pointed out. But if we see continuation past 108 spot 88, I will be convinced on AMD that this one is starting to confirm its flippage and has confirmed a reversal to the upside. Look at this formation. Nice little W formation, uptrending to the upside. Man, it doesn't get any more picture perfect than that. And not only that, but the entry on this one was super clean. Ladies and gentlemen, the entry on this was clean, right? You got your breach right here, secondary confirmation closure. You enter, you take a little profits here, you re-enter those profits here, and bam, take more profits here. I mean, man, that's... It almost is too easy. It's almost too easy to fucking just take money out of the market right now. It's so delicious. Moving on, I got a couple. Oh, I got a viewer in the house. Welcome, viewer. If you have any comments, if you have any tickers that you would like to be analyzed, drop them in the comment section. If you can't get the comments to go through, I've been hearing issues that there's problems with that. Shoot me a quick message, and I will definitely analyze the assets that you wish me to analyze. But I'm going to have to wrap this up here very quickly, so let's go on and continue. I want to look at Twitter because I am on Twitter here. Again, nice little sell-off right here, still holding this region as support. We do have conflicting indicators, I think. No. This one is a very weak cross. This one could cross to the upside. I would suggest with Twitter here, if we even close above the last high at 41.65, we see stochastics cross back to the upside, and I get immediately bullish once again on this asset. With this holding the support at 40 spot 82, I am going to be looking for a continuation towards that 42 spot 25 level. Any open and closure above that, boom, hit the moon. I'm going to be looking for 45 bucks even. If we do see a breach below 40 spot 80, I would look for the 21 exponential first because we have to put this into consideration. We have not confirmed a higher low yet. We hit this low right here, and then went boom to the moon, right? Boom to the moon. No higher lows and no top calls. So can't really call it an uptrend, just kind of like a V-style reversal formation here with the only consequential low confirmed on the 11th and 12th of July. So it's like, is it a trend? I don't know. I haven't seen a higher low confirmed yet. So until I see some kind of evidence to suggest some kind of formation. This one's kind of in limbo, in my opinion. I can look at this one and provide legitimate inferences, but I cannot guarantee the accuracy or certainty of my own analysis, just because, again, we hit this low and then we went straight up. We have no highs and we have no lows from this bottom to now. So I can't say, yeah, you know, we could hit the 21 and hit a higher low. We could completely capitulate below the 21 and get completely crushed all the way down to 35.75 and confirm a higher low here. Or we could just see straight continuation to the upside. So I'm just going to rely on what price action tells me to make those inferences. RSI looking like it's kind of flatlined right now for Twitter. Yeah, very, very slightly positively sloped. Again, if we do get continuation, we do have, you know, the basis for a potential higher low right here, but I need to see closures again above the 29th of July highs at 41.65. Stochastics, again, yeah, nice little fresh soft cross at the downside. Could continue. I would suggest continuation again below that 40.85 support. But if we remain above that, I would look for this to possibly soft cross back to the upside, which is what I want. Coiling in the bullish critical territory is definitely what I want for this formation, because that just likely means continuation into more profits. I'm going to go ahead and drop on through and do Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to be the last one for the night, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh. This one pulling into the 21 exponential a little harder, definitely putting a lot of pressure on it. We're starting to see a loss of that slope. So my entire analysis for Bitcoin is going to be relevant to the 21 exponential. Any open and closure below that 21 exponential, I'm going to be looking for the next target. Boom, at $21,700. And if we see closures below that, I'm going to be looking for a potential change of behavior. The next target down is very, very close to that. Right here. Right around $21,200. So not much of a difference. Any closure below there, I'm going to be looking for lower lows, to be quite honest with you. I'm going to be looking for the first target right down here at 18,000. We'll just call that 19,000. It's close enough to 19,000. Yeah, I'll be looking for 19,000, be tested to the downside, and possibly even more. But if we hold support on the 21 exponential and flip above the current resistance at 23,430, I'm going to be looking for a higher low on the RSI. RSI looking choppy as fuck right now. Looking like did it cross? I gotta really zoom in on that. I can't see shit. Oh yeah, we definitely soft cross the exponential for the RSI at the current moment in time. Looking like we want to play fuck games with that 50 read and confirm some kind of bullshit signal below. That definitely would not be good for the bullish perspective. Oh, bearish divergence identified on the stochastics here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, if you don't know what bearish divergence is, it's when price action confirms higher highs, while momentum oscillators confirms a high and a lower high to the successive higher high. We have a higher high here, but it's classified as a lower high here on stochastics, and I do believe bearish divergence is currently playing out on this asset. Definitely looks a little different on the RSI. There is no bearish divergence on the RSI, but it is definitely present on the stochastics here. Definitely seeing stochastics play with the bottom side of that bullish control zone. Not a good look, in my opinion. I'm a little skeptical on this one. Again, if the US dollar index continues to go up, I'm going to be looking for Bitcoin to get completely crushed here. But I could be wrong. We could confirm a higher low on the 21 exponential here. Again, that would be confirmed with a closure above 23,400, at which point I'd look for continuation to the next valid level at 26,350, 330 to 350, something like that. But until then, man, putting a lot of pressure on that 21 exponential, definitely playing games with that. Pay attention to NASDAQ SPY futures, the US dollar index, and how those markets are ebbing and flowing. And that likely gives you an accurate inference on the likelihood of what Bitcoin is going to do here. For now, paying very close attention to the 21, and we'll see what occurs. And that's going to wrap it up for the stream, ladies and gentlemen. 30 minutes, I do think, is a good stab. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for hanging out. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell. Thanks for coming through. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, you already know what it is. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy.